Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. It depends on the part of the world you're watching me from. This is a very special one because it's supposed to have it in the morning. I must tell you this. I'm so sorry. My internet got exhausted. I couldn't get connected back until this evening. So I'm so sorry about that. I want to appreciate God for the privilege given to me. I was on Diamond FM today, talking about Isabella testimony on radio drama, and also they asked me a question on filmmaking, and thank God for His grace because I was able to do the little contributed the little I have for the word. Thank you so much, Lawrence. Thank you so much for the opportunity and the leader there. Thank you for such a wonderful approach and opportunity. Thank you so much. Also, Nigeria played football with Argentina, and Nigeria lost 2-1. It's okay. And apart from that, I need to do this because I'm supposed to go straight to my things, but I need to do this because the body in my heart. If they are killing people in Jos and no reaction, I think it's not too good. Nigeria government should react to such. Presidents should react to such killings. There should be directives to what to do and all that. I have family. I have families. I have extended families in Jos, and I've been calling one of them. And after this broadcast, I still have to call one of them. So Nigeria should sit up and should get something done. It is well. And to those families they have killed, sorry, it is well. It is well. Sorry, this class has to be in this dimension today. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go today. I'm going to talk about, I will start from the tricks. Tips and tricks. Then I'm going to go into specifications. I'm going to be talking about specification and I'll also move on to all those things. Everything we are talking about is still undergoing a lot of process, like I say, under construction, because we have not said in our ministry that we know all things. We've gathered all things, we know all things. We don't even know the next thing that will come up in the next few time. If we have a braille screen for people who are physically challenged, I tell you, if technology is advancing, even people that you think they are physically challenged and they are shooting movie, you'll be wondering, how do they see? How do they know what they're shooting? How would they say it? How have they been reading the Bible? How have they been reading books? Okay, so that's the question you're supposed to ask. So a lot of information is going on, and you're using the microfluidics tech for them to really get something. So you have to look at something, because you're not just taking a photograph. You have to get what should I put in place to do what I'm doing. Those are the things that you need to look at. And Android is now, it has been, but is now becoming more popular as a popular operating system. And unlike the iOS, the Apple, and even somebody sent yesterday when I was saying what you want to use, you said is using BlackBerry board, and that means BlackBerry is also trying. The market has gone down so much for them, but they're also trying to get some things. So regardless of the what you have, irrespective of what you have, I wanted to quickly give you some things that will help you. But one of the things that I will say, this is not to say this is the final thing you should use. Okay, this is not to say this is the final thing you should use. This is the final thing, you don't have other things. No, the devices you must be familiar with. And I told you yesterday, devices should not be less than let me say right now, as at this time of broadcast, should not be less than Nougat. But if you don't have a Nougat, you have a Marshmallow. That's Android 6.0, 6.1, but and above. You can use that one as your device. And also you have to look at the Snapdragon is coming up now. It used to be quad core, octa core, you know, and it's becoming Snapcode is coming up now. Snapcode is coming up, and above. Your screen should be like 6 inches. Your screen size, specifically screen size should be 6 inches and above, 6.0 and above. And your battery life, still mention some of them. It can be. It doesn't depend, because sometimes people say the battery life is not about the number of mAh. No, it's not about that. It's about the capacity, those strength that he has. Because we have seen phones that have 4,000 mAh and it's not as strong as the one that have 3,000 mAh. So you have to look at the battery life, how durable it is. Then the resolution, the list of those resolution of the one you have to use is 1280 by 720 pixels, you know, but you have to look at it and all that. So but most times you have to make it 1920 by 1080 p of the resolution. You have to look at that very well and all that. You need to must understand that and all that. Then another thing is that the screen density should be above 220 ppi. Okay, so you need to look at that. Then it must be OTG compliant. I think I've shown you the OTG before, and one of the pictures, I will still show you some pictures on OTG today, if I can, and tomorrow maybe I'll also show you some things. Then we have the camera flash. Camera flash is there, it's not as dead, you know. And the RAM, well, in those days we used to say 1 gig RAM and all that, but I won't deceive you. If you really want to enjoy smartphone filmmaking, you must, the least if you're not using for other things, you're not downloading a lot of things, it's majorly for this, the least should be 2 gig RAM, 2 gig RAM, and 2 gig and above. Let me say 2 RAM above. So that's the least should be. Then the internal storage, the ROM should be 32 gig, 16 gig, it all depends. But for me, I would say from 3264 to 128 and above. Then the back camera, whatever you say, you can have 10. But cameras on those kind of the back camera, the front camera, it all depends. Don't let the numbers deceive you. Some can have 13, and Samsung can have 8 MP megapixel, and it's very, very powerful. So don't look at those ones, but you can also, when you read the specification of the phone, those are the things you read the review before you get those phones for camera, for shooting a movie. Then we have a microphone is available and it's good. Then USB host is also available. You know, then many times we have this mid-range phones we are using. Even our ministry right now, we have not gotten a bigger phone to use, but the mid-range is really improving. Like you have a 4 gig RAM. You know, the processor is very fast, you know. Then the multi-touch, you know. Then when you're using all these things, you also look at the video stabilization. It's also good for you. You know, there's even this phone can do panoramic shot. Panoramic shot. It's a picture, but you can just zoom in like this, and you follow the arrow, panoramic, and you go to a place and you can capture. You can take a picture of the whole room with that arrow moving. Okay, those are the picture. You can also look at it, and then you must also look at the kind of size that the 5 fingers can go on. This one is 5 fingers may not be able to go on successfully on it. Okay, like 10 now. Okay, but if you have about 6 inches or more, okay, it's as big as my hand, so you can have the 5 finger easily. You can hold it, and then it can be done easily. Then you recommend all those things and all that. So you need to look at it critically and see what am I putting in those things. Okay, what am I putting in those things, because the effort being made several times, people don't even see it as major. That's going by the way of smartphone filmmaking, especially Android. You have to go extra mile. Sometimes it will pain your back will be aching, especially at the very beginning. Your back will be aching, but there are tricks and things you can go stabilize yourself, make something, or you have a small table or a small order. Okay, so you are sitting comfortably and you are editing. Okay, So, but you make sure that the ray of light is not coming to you like that. Tomorrow I'm going to show you, because the one I have here is not like I told you. So if it's something like this and you want to do something, you can hang it somewhere. You hang it like this. This is not Gorilla again, but it's 2 now. You hang it somewhere and you make it comfortable to yourself like this. Like you hang it here and you are enjoying yourself, and you fold it this way and you're enjoying yourself. Just place it in front of yourself. Adjust the head here. You can adjust the head, twist the head to the one you like. Okay, so you can adjust the head to whatever that's convenient for you. Then you lock it, and then you begin to do your work. Okay, it will surprise you what you're going to get from that. It will really surprise you what you're going to get from that. So those are the things you need to know, and all that. The specification is not limited to what I've said, and as the technology is advancing, you also advance with it, because the device you're using, if you're using the Android 6.1, or that's a Marshmallow, if you're using that kind of version of Android, it's okay. Then the screen size must be bigger. The battery can be now between 3000 or 4000 mAh. Resolution is good, and the internal memory, like I told you, it has to be very fantastic in what you're doing. But some people say, well, I have only 1 gig. Can't I use it? Well, you can use it, but you discover that you have to remove a lot of things from it. Then you have to have a useful camera mode. Is it on flight or plane mode? You have to use that. You have to look at those specifications and know where it is. Get to the setting. Get used to the setting. Once you get to the setting, you'll be able to see. I want to see if I can show you OTG. Okay. Tomorrow, let me show you that one tomorrow. Okay. Please forgive me. Let me show you that one tomorrow. I have it here, so I have it here. I'll be able to show you some things tomorrow. I thought I'll be able to finish it today, but the internet really almost messed us up and all that. Another thing is the tricks and tips you need to know. Having said all the specification, having known all the specification, you must understand that your tripod, you must be familiar with your tripod, and you must understand there are different tripods. You must have a level microphone. Then you begin to set for your recording. Then you clear the lens or fix the lens. Whatever you clear the lens, you fix it, and then framing the shot. You frame the shot, set up your tripod, you set up your tripod rather, you put everything, and you frame your shot. They put your phone on the flight mode to avoid distraction. Because like I said, if you want to buy a phone specifically for filmmaking, a smartphone, Android for filmmaking, please don't use it for call. If I thought you're going to use internet at all on it, let it be on Wi-Fi. Let it be on Wi-Fi, and you put it off when you're shooting, so you don't have this noise of things coming in. So you have to avoid distraction as much as possible. Then everything depends on your creativity, because sometimes somebody can use a very mid-range phone like we have used, and it becomes a very strong thing. And people will be wondering, are you sure you actually use this thing? Are you sure you're just deceiving us? Some people will tell you, oh, it cannot be true. Until we have gone to some places, on some states, and we pay attention and we show them, and some of them are editing for the first time, which they had never edited before. You can't tell me you want to use KitKat. KitKat is 4.4, and it's not as bad. That was released like 5 years ago. It's not as bad. Lollipop is not as bad. But like I told you yesterday, you can upgrade them if you don't have the money yet. But don't put too much application on it. It's specifically for that. And somebody said, wow, how would I just go and buy 200,000 phone? I'm going to be using it only for editing or shooting. Well, just like we keep it, if you keep it like that, it's going to last. That's just the trick. That's just the trick. So it's going to last if you keep it very well. But if you're using it on day to day, if anything happens to you, the screen should get broken. You know what it means, and you start having a serious things for yourself. So let's go. Another thing is that when you're being creative with this, having gotten the specification, always have this external hard drive. Okay, external drive. So many of them. You can have as many as possible, so that you also have as many. Tomorrow maybe I'll show you the card holder. the card power sports, where you need to keep a lot of things and you have to be going with it almost everywhere you go, on your jacket, on your professional jacket, where you have it and all that. But don't forget, all the things depend on your creativity. All these things depend on how you can use your things. You know, those are the things and all that. Then let me quickly do this so that tomorrow too I will be always pretending. Now, it's all on all these technical gadgets. It is not your aptitude that matters, but your attitude towards it. You know, that's one of the things. That's one of the secrets. Your attitude towards it, not your aptitude. Because sometimes you may not even have so many things, but you have something very, very important to use. And like tomorrow, I will show you some of the pictures. I will show you. And now, coming to the lights. Can use LED that one I'm using now. Then I keep on repeating it. Not because I want to repeat it, but I want to lay emphasis on it. Don't shoot against the source of light. Okay? The same thing I've told you during the camera is the same thing I'm saying during the smartphone. It's like somebody putting light on you to spark your eyes, and you, for a while, you'll be blind for a second or a few seconds. Okay? So don't shoot against the source of light, like turning your camera. Always look at where the sun is, the source of the light. You know, it's our moon, where it comes from. No, you don't shoot against that. You don't face it. Okay? Then use reflector. I'm going to be showing you some reflector and all that in the course of the week, and because I'm going to show you that. Use reflector when necessary to magnify dynamic range. It will always help you, even when there's some things that are deeper or a bit darker. You can use all those things, and you can bring about the turning point into what you have to do. Okay, so those are the things. You don't forget those things. Don't forget. Honestly, you don't forget, because it boils back to something that you need to know. Because one of the strategies I discovered that people are not used to. They're not used to the useful application to use for smartphone, especially Android. Some people, because of the money, is oh please, I don't have the money. You know, sometimes, like I said, the attitude, because that's where I'm going to stop. And even when I'm finishing on that one, I'm going to talk on that one, because you must understand this trick before you start shooting. Make sure that everything is in place. It's already in an airplane mode or flight mode. The battery is fully charged. You know, you have alternative batteries or power bank standby. That's what you need to do. You must make sure that all applicable apps are ready, updated if they are already downloaded, because every time they're also improving. They're really improving on themselves. I won't deceive you. They're really improving on themselves to get the best of what is needed to be gotten. You know, and those are the things that people look at you, and they look at you and say, okay, let's see what are we going to do. Okay, so those are the things. Then also, like I said, you must understand that if you want to monitor your audio, you must be very versatile about what you're doing. You must have the ear for hearing, for sound, for good audio. Your ear must be trained. Your ear must be trained. I repeat, your ears must be trained. Your ears must be trained. You have to look at it and get the best out of it. Okay? Get the best out of it. Okay? Now, if you know so much, you discover that you don't stretch or overstretch your phone, because that's why I was giving those specifications. Deliberately, I was giving those specifications so that you don't overload your sensors, you don't overload the processors, and they are working. They are struggling and all that. So don't just make sure that you don't stretch it. And if you want to have a professional thing to do, like I told you, make it to serving the professional thing. And you know, you have to do a lot of things. Like when I was mentioning some places, you need to look at it. Then when you don't have some things, when you don't have some equipment and only phone is what you have, one of the best thing I will tell you, shoot exterior. All right, shoot what? Shoot exterior. Shoot exterior. Shoot exterior. Shoot exterior. It's very good for you to shoot exterior. It's going to be nice for you to shoot exterior. It's going to be better for you to shoot exterior, and it's going to be awesome for you to see all those things. So tonight, that's where I want to really let you know, because there are so many things that I've conceived in my heart about Android, and I'm going to go to some other areas starting from Thursday or Friday or next week or so. Starting from that, I want to get a feedback tomorrow and all that. So on Thursday and Friday, I'm going to get a feedback for that of what I've mentioned right now. Specification is very important. So as you're watching, please feel free to drop your comment. Feel free to drop your comment. Feel free to drop your something, and you need to look at that. Another thing you need to look at is that if you're using some of the things I mentioned before, if you're using a kind of lapel mic, you have to be very careful where to hide it, especially for film. If it's interview, if it's there, nobody cares. But for film, nobody wants to see it. Nobody wants to see it, especially for smartphone. You have to understand it, and just like Brother Femi Abraham explained. In fact, I really want this jack. Now just remove it. If you look at it very well, it has 3 blacks. See it on my clothes, okay? It has 1, 2, 3, okay? So it has 3 stripes. They're called TRRS jack. TRRS jack. It has 3 stripes, so that you'll be able to discover the good one for yourself. And you need to look at your camera, whether it's supporting the external mic or it's killing the sound. Okay, you need to understand that not every camera, not every phone rather is supporting it. Okay, not every phone is supporting it, so you have to look at it and get your specification right. Thank you very much tonight. I really appreciate all of you. Shoot in creativity, shoot with creativity, shoot whatever you need to do with smartphone. Never underrate the power of phone you're holding. Till tomorrow. Monday through Friday is 9:30 a.m. Nigeria time. Saturday and Sunday is 9:30 p.m. respectively. Except I have location or have to attend to a lot of urgent things. We maintain our time. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. God bless you. Real good. Bye.